Good afternoon and welcome to the presentation of the business from the Board of Directors of Gemme Group, which was hosted on Monday, September 28th of 2020. My name is Oleg Lipovetsky and I will be translating on behalf of all the speakers today. Alexander Kachanovsky speaking. Good afternoon, dear colleagues and friends, and today we have a conference during which we will be discussing our latest news and developments. Let's get to the presentation of our business that will discuss its core notions, future goals, and perspectives, as well as current updates. Firstly, I wanted to discuss what we are doing and the new era of opportunities that we are now in. These changes may throw someone off of their path of development. However, any crisis like such is also an opportunity and a new chance to work even harder and find a way out of such situation, emerging very much victorious. Moreover, today's situation is different from 2008 as everyone has simultaneously switched over to digital notions and are living online, spending practically all of their time living digitally surrounded by IT products and technology. Our answer to the current situation in the world is our product, Gemme Messenger, with its built-in commercial MarketSpace platform. The Messenger portion provides the ability of uninterrupted communication via text, audio, video, streaming, screen sharing, sending any types of files, and even starting your own info channel. While MarketSpace also offers a simple and free creation of stores for one-time sales, for individual entrepreneurs, for small and medium-sized companies, as well as for large companies and for any country of the world. Moreover, we are introducing numerous new functions to our application that will be used by hundreds of millions of users all over the world, while some will be shareholders of this application. The world has now changed the most it ever did in such a short period of time, and it will never be the same. Interest and demand towards digital applications and platforms meant for communicating and online commerce will grow rapidly. Consequently, their values will also grow. And we are confident that Project Gemme MarketSpace will enter the stage of rapid growth and major demand in the nearest time. As the result, our project offers for those people who are looking for ways to earn in this rapidly changing world and current events, the fact that past millions of users all over the world will be using our application, while some will own shares of it. Currently, we have more than 26,000 shareholders of MarketSpace, and all of those shareholders will receive profits from its sale. As our business is venture investments in creation of a modern messenger with a global commercial and financial MarketSpace platform on amazing conditions for an investor, the ability to become a shareholder of a prospective venture company. This is truly a unique capability, as based on the examples of venture investments, the profitability margins on this market sector are simply astronomical, thousands and dozens of % profitability rates. Such examples of profitability from venture projects of 21st century are well known and are in the news over the past decade or so. And here are the examples of known venture projects in our sector, the IT sector of the market. All these projects were also financed by someone and they generated profits for them. They also had investors, although the market of venture investments is very strict and secluded, not available for common investors, as only investors with million-dollar investment amounts and more can participate in such projects. We are creating a global Gemme platform that will connect merchants with consumers and will allow them to effectively communicate with one another. The platform will allow to receive a large amount of information regarding required products and services, reviews and ratings, all in one place, which is very convenient and will save lots of valuable time for both sides. As the result, it will drastically increase the value of our MarketSpace platform. We are building an ecosystem, and when such ecosystems are purchased, it is not the IT code that's in its foundation that is seeked, but rather the users with their information and behavioral patterns. User information is very expensive nowadays, while we are developing a platform with a wide range of functionalities which are essential for a large amount of users, which also leads to the services and products becoming less pricey, which in return leads to more new users, somewhat a snowball effect of some sort. Additionally, all of these users exhibit their own individual behavioral patterns which are very valuable and only continue to increase in value today. The application will be sold not at a certain time, but rather when the whole platform achieves certain amounts of users, services, and completion. We see our marketplace as a distinct advantage, as currently more and more people are making purchases online, and a marketplace is a service and a platform that is substituting e-commerce due to it being a universal black platform uniting merchants and buyers in one place. It is also a new concept of marketing offering bi-directional commerce, and the buyer holds real power due to his ability of making a choice and leaving reviews. Moreover, the E-commerce Research Foundation found that marketplaces will conduct up to 50% of sales volumes in the nearest 4 years, and overall, marketplace is the nearest and next evolutionary step of e-commerce. Currently, a whole revolution of platforms is undergoing in the world as these platforms are generating value for their users. The more users a platform has, the cheaper services on the platform are, which attracts even more users as the result of a snowball effect. Platforms don't produce any actual products, but rather they simply unite and combine a large amount of people, which create value for the platform in return. Additionally, marketplace platforms generate very large monetary volumes and earnings for its users. For instance, Amazon charges 17% from each transaction, eBay charges 10 to 12%, and AliExpress charges annual rent fees per store hosted. Furthermore, our application also has its own uniqueness and advantages over competitors on the market. Firstly, the dynamic of growth of users of our application has grown from 1 to 12 million of current users, and today we have 12 million and even more users of our application all over the world, and we are confident that this year the amount of users will grow drastically due to the completion of the technological development and the launch of regional marketplaces. Moreover, another major depiction of our application accomplishments is the fact that we conduct regular valuations of our application by independent auditing companies, and the most recent valuation of June 2020 totaled $464 million. Our application has multiplied its value by 10 times over the course of 3 years as we continue moving towards attaining our major goals. Moreover, after extensive verifications and audits by a European regulator, MarketSpace Solutions OU placed its Eurobonds on the European branch of Nasdaq platform in June of 2019, and the bonds serve as a financing tool of a project by institutional and qualified investors. Our main developer is Synesis, which is very well known in the IT world with its digital creations worth billions of dollars, some of which include the Viber Messenger and Playtika gaming platform. And lastly, one of the most important advantages of ours is the fact that we operate in a niche that only has 2 competitors currently, where apart from us is only the WeChat Messenger, which is limited to operating strictly within China, while our Gemme platform can be used globally. The core advantage of ours is that we created a legal structure that allows for investors with minor amounts to participate in a major venture project. Our detailed roadmap for both the Messenger portion and for MarketSpace depicts our progress as well as what functionalities and capabilities will be introduced in the coming releases. As you can see, we've already accomplished a lot over the course of this year, while we are having this many new notions in our application allows to establish a solid foundation for the future of our platform and its development. One of the most important advantages of ours is the fact that we are not offering for you to finance a new product with unknown perspectives, but rather we are offering for you to finance the continuance of development of the application that is already valued at $465 million and has already been installed by 12 million people all over the world. And lastly, one of the most important advantages of ours is the fact that we operate in the niche that has only 2 competitors, where apart from us is the WeChat Messenger, which is limited to operating only within China, and our application can be used globally all over the world. And a few words regarding technological portion of the application. The core technological notions will be completed in 2020, while we are expecting to launch the first 2 regional marketplaces in the United States and in Russia, with continuous introduction of new regions of the world thereafter. As the result, the year of 2020 will be the final year of creating our application. However, unfortunately, we cannot predict how much our application will be worth, although we can anticipate its value by monitoring the world's current events and by comparing our application to other competitors and their values. On average, the value of a global messenger is about $30 billion, while marketplaces can be worth between $100 billion to $1 trillion. Therefore, by developing not just a messenger but rather a messenger with a marketplace, we are transferring to a much more valuable market sector. Additionally, our generous referral program is an essential part of our project, as it allows for our partners to earn and receive great monetary rewards by helping promote our application while it is being developed. However, it is also important to note that every venture project has its advantages and also disadvantages. Each venture project is a risk, although the potential earnings that they can yield are very high. We are also unable to announce the exact timeframes for when the project will be completed. However, the generous referral program allows to earn while our project is being finalized. And lastly, we cannot guarantee profitability, although we can base our predictions on our competitors. And as well as our application is already valued at $465 million, depicting that we are on the right path. And on this note, I would like to thank you for your time, as I am now passing the word to Valery Ostrikov, the member of the board of directors who will continue our conference today. Valery Ostrikov speaking. Good afternoon, dear colleagues and friends, and let's continue our conference by answering some of the questions that we've received recently and upcoming events and new features as part of the release on October 7th. Firstly, the release of October 7th will bring new notifications in the active call notification block when someone leaves or joins the active call, the new left status for calls when a user leaves an active call, the ability to join an active call right after opening a group chat, functionality of pinning a voice message recording, and depiction of histograms on mobile platforms for all platforms, while the Android version will also receive unification of the interface for group and P2P calls, improvement of navigation in MarketSpace, minimizing an active call, and publication of our application in the app gallery. And the iOS version will also receive video messaging, full-scale image viewing with the ability to zoom in, and minimizing an active call. Let's now continue by answering some of the questions that we've received for the board of directors. Why was the 50% plus 1 share structure for the founders of the company chosen if we have venture financing of the project? There would be more trust if both the funders and other shareholders had 50% of shares. The major issue of selling the project would then be depicted upon by all shareholders. Then, 50% of all shareholders have no weight to their opinions, and the decision does not depend on them, as those who have 50% plus 1 share decide. Anything can happen. The project can be sold to someone for, let's say, $100 million and be distributed between shareholders, and then sell it for another amount and not distribute those funds. The documents sent state any obligation in front of the shareholders. We chose this structure as we see it as the most fitting for managing the project efficiently. The project is managed not just by the board of directors but also by the leaders, administration, and other entities, while all important aspects are always discussed prior to making a final decision with the board of the leaders. We have the leaders as board with whom we always consult, and our legal structure is presented in a way on all of our websites in full, and once the sales price negotiations are completed and the sales price is firm, it will be announced to all the shareholders at once. We are unable to misguide our shareholders as our legal structure solely protects the interest of all the shareholders and investors involved. The names of owners of the control package of shares are unknown. Why not share this information and the percentage distribution of shares? The registry of all the shareholders of the company needs to be unsealed. Addresses, phone numbers, and citizenship not necessary. Our company is not public and is based on private placement, while not many shareholders wish for their names to be disclosed for privacy purposes either. Moreover, our custodian constantly monitors our compliance with all of the European regulations and directives that mandate for the registry of shareholders to remain protected and sealed. Who will make the decision when to sell the project, for how much, and the future of the project if there are no buyers? The final decision will be made by the board of directors and the leadership board, which represents the opinions of all shareholders that participate in the financing process. We've already had interested buyers and will most definitely have more in the future, although we will be considering the sale once the project reaches a certain completion stage and a certain amount of users. Our task is to be fully effective and attain all the goals that we set. Our project is very transparent and all the information is widely available, while we still have to maintain protection of personal information of our shareholders in the meantime. What are the guarantees that the company's administration will sell the project for a real amount and the funds from the sale will be distributed in fairness? The administration is not obligated to do so. We can only trust their honesty. Our project is actually fully transparent in legal terms, in terms of development and technological improvement, as well as future plans and continuous growth in value. There are numerous depictions of continuous growth and improvement of our project, as well as the growth of value of shares. Currently, the value of our project has already surpassed the break-even point and only continues to grow. Please bring back the double CCA promotion. Please revert this request to your leaders in order for them to make the decision and pass it on to the board of directors for review. If a person will turn 18 years in May of 2021, can he or she purchase shares now? Please submit a detailed request to our support service with all the supporting and information in order for them to answer you in full detail. VK now has a new function. Group calls for up to 18 participants. There are no time limits and even the non-VK users can use this function. VK also has additional services such as market classifieds, food delivery, taxi, and the payment gateway. What are our advantages? The Russian market has plenty of competition on it currently. Each day, competition becomes more fierce. While we do have numerous competitive advantages on any market in terms of video conferences, our commercial platform that operates all over the world and not just in one region, and we continue working introducing new features that will provide us competitive leverage on the market and are continuously monitoring the latest events in our market sector in order to stay on top. In conclusion, I wanted to note that in the current world situation, people are worried due to the conditions on the market volatility, unstable political situations, and many other unpredictable factors. There's a lot of excessive and irrelevant information that is circulating currently, and yet any change is a step towards improvement and a step closer to success. We are operating in the very heart of the most popular and in-demand market sector today, and our continuous growth and improvement only continues to prove it day by day. Platforms are taking over the world and our platform will be no different. In conclusion, ecosystems are the technology that is in a very high demand today and will continue to drive our society to the future. Ecosystems are used daily by billions of people and our platform will be no different. On this note, I would like to thank you for your time as these were all the notions that I wanted to cover with you today. And I am now passing the word to Alexander Kachinovsky, the member of the Board of Directors. Alexander Kachinovsky speaking. Good afternoon, dear colleagues and friends, and let's now continue our conference with some traditional news. Firstly, we currently have 12,371,000 users on our platform. That is very exciting as it is used by 163 countries of the world. Let's keep up the great work and keep moving towards the 50 million of users and even more. As part of our generous referral program, each week we summarize the results of the earnings and work conducted and the weekly earnings of those active partners. As you can see, the geography of those partners is widespread over the course of last week, and we've had partners including Indonesia, Japan, and many other countries. 27 partners from 8 countries earned more than 1,000 euro in a matter of 1 week, 7 partners from 4 countries with more than 2,000 euro, 6 partners from 3 countries with more than 4,000 euro, and 2 partners from 2 countries with more than 6,000 euro in a matter of just 1 week. And our top earning partner of last week earned 6,600 euro. These are the profitability rates of our project for those partners who wish to earn not just when the project is finished and is sold, but also while it is being developed. Let's make these amounts more frequent over the course of this fall, as we are confident that this is the time when big amounts can be earned. As a reminder, our schedule of conferences for the following few weeks is depicted here on the slide, so be sure to submit any questions you may have in order for the board of directors, developers, and marketers to prepare diligent answers. Our Indonesian team is very active recently, and we've been sponsoring a recent event over there. Edwin Soro from Indonesia. Not long ago, I spoke about Gemme Soccer Challenge event, which was initiated by a few of our partners who are members of the Perksaki organization. This organization is a part of Indonesia Federation of Sport Communities, cooperating with the Ministry of Youth Sport of Indonesian Republic. The event also received financial support from administration of Gemme. During the championship, participants would film brief videos of how they are practicing their skills with the soccer balls, and the video had to be sent to the committee through the Gemme application from July 4th through September 9th. Our partner, Frank Vatu, as the coordinator of the event, would like to thank the board of directors and administration of Gemme for supporting this event. We hope that this partnership will continue in the future and that Gemme will be world-renowned, especially in Indonesia. Thank you, Gemme. Let's now continue our conference by discussing the latest promotions that are in effect for the next few months. Firstly, the remaining amount of shares is decreasing rather fast, so be sure to take advantage of getting some at the prices that are current, as they will be growing thereafter. The cryptocurrency cashback promotion is still available for your use. The Maximized Advantages promotion for your advantage is still available and can be used while the amount of complimentary shares will be decreasing continuously, as it currently contains 112 complimentary shares until September 30th and will decrease in September and October as well. While the Big Profits promotion, during which each purchase yields 12.5% more shares for buyers and sponsors than assumed by the marketing plan, was also continuing, with continuous decreases in October as well. Don't forget of our CCA 10 Powerful Surrounding promotion, which is also still available, although the board of directors can end it at any time based on the remaining amount of shares. It is very profound and is still available for your use, although it will be receiving a smaller amount of shares continuing throughout October. The Profits for Everyone promotion is still valid, during which all partners receive maximized rewards of bonuses, points, and shares when sponsoring a personal sale of packages of shares during the validity period of their promotion, regardless of their business participation level. Moreover, the prices of shares are also increasing, as well as complimentary shares will also be decreasing 4 times each month. Be sure to familiarize yourself with this table in order to stay informed of the latest developments. Additionally, this table depicts the newly introduced system until November 1st, as well as all of the promotions are also depicted here to show what they include and the complimentary gifts associated with them. Be sure to look at this table to have your point of reference, while the Super, Mega, and Giga packages are also receiving a decrease of complimentary shares, which is also depicted on this table. And on this note, I would like to thank you for your time. We wish you major profits and team growth over the coming weeks, and until we meet next time.